Point being, Rabotai, is that we have certain businesses that have a unique treatment. There are certain businesses that can cause irreparable damage when they're mistreated. One of them, for example, the Gemara says in Masechet Bava Batra also, in page 21b, same page. It says that several businesses, let's say someone that is a teacher, if he's a bad teacher, that can make permanent damage, which we'll go into in a second. How could that be? Another one is, let's say someone that's a butcher, Jewish butcher. He makes a mistake, all of his clients could be eating tarif, which unfortunately is a problem in the world today. Several rabbis have mentioned that there are problems with shechita in the world, and some of the things that they're saying are 100% correct. I'm not saying that you can't buy kosher food in the world and kosher meat. Surely you can, but does that mean that everything is problemless? No, there are issues. There are issues in the world of shechita, there are issues in the world of kashrut, there are issues nonetheless. There are. When you have people like Ephraim Goldberg as one of the people in the kosher world, surely you know it's not only about kedusha, because the guy's bringing missionaries to his synagogue. How much kedusha could be involved in this place that he's involved in? So that means that, again, there are issues in the world, but that doesn't mean it's not to the extreme where you simply can't eat. Point being is, someone that's a butcher has the Jewish people's lives in his hands. If he cares more about money than he cares about the Jewish neshamot, he could literally be selling tarif to everybody in the community and no one would know. No one would know. Why? He bought donkey meat. He bought some non-kosher cow. He bought some whatever. No one's going to know it. They cooked the meat. They have no idea what it is or what it's not. He bought it for 10% of what he buys kosher meat. Saved himself a bunch of money, but in essence, he's destroying neshamot. All of a sudden, the entire community doesn't know Aleph Bet. All of a sudden, the entire community doesn't want to keep Shabbat anymore. Why? Because it hurts you spiritually. The Rashi says that when it says that when we eat non-kosher, don't say that it makes us impure, but rather it makes us stupefied, meaning spiritually stupid. Non-kosher food makes the Jewish people spiritually stupid. Now, it doesn't affect the non-Jew. So if a non-Jew ate kosher food or non-kosher food, it doesn't affect them. Why? Because the Jewish neshama is tuned in a certain way where kashrut affects them. So when a Jew does not eat kosher food, it affects them. It's a very serious story I heard. Heard it a couple of times. There was one time a couple of avrechim came to Rav Kanievsky. I actually heard this most recently by Rav Meir Eliyahu. Shichyeh, huge, enormous Talmid Chacham. Seems like he knows the entire Torah by heart. Unbelievable. Anyway, he mentions this story, and he says a couple of people came to Rav Kanievsky asking for bracha. And Rav Kanievsky, Kodesh Kodashim, learns the entire Shas Bavli, Yerushalmi, the Zohar, the Sifri, the Sifra, the Midrashim. Who knows what he doesn't learn every single year? Unbelievable how much Kedusha he has. Unbelievable. I wish I could just be like a little speck of dust under his foot. Enormous amount of Torah every single year. Someone asked him, can you come to my wedding? He says, no, I'm sorry, I have debt. Debt? When the rabbi has debt, I'll pay. He goes, no, I have debt. What do you have? I have 7 pages of Bavli, 7 pages of Yerushalmi, 7 this, 7 this. He goes, who are these people? That's what I have to learn every day. All day, all night he learns. Anyway, 2 guys come to Rav Kanievsky, asking the Rav for a blessing. One of the guys said, give him bracha, bua, which is the famous bracha, bracha b'atzlacha. And the other one, he said, good luck. The guy said, good luck? Okay. Can the Rav give me a blessing? Rav Kanievsky didn't give him a blessing. So the young man went back to his kollel and said, I don't know, Rav Kanievsky, I don't think he likes me. What do you mean, Rav Kanievsky doesn't like you? What do you mean, doesn't like you? Rav Kanievsky, you're Avrech, how can he not like you? Because I know he doesn't want to bless me. So apparently this Rav was connected, and he said, let's go to Rav Kanievsky, and they skipped the line, and he brought the 2 Avrechim back, and so again, first guy gets a blessing, second guy, not given a blessing. So the Rav, said to him, "Well, the Rav, is there a problem? Why won't the Rav bless the boy?" He says, "I don't bless people that eat basar v'chalav." What? I don't bless people that eat milk and meat together. The Rav was shocked. The other boy was shocked. The kid, the guy that was not getting the blessing, started hysterical crying in front of anyone. In front of everyone, he started hysterical crying. Now, they're thinking, what's Rav Kanievsky talking about? What's going on? Until they see this boy start crying hysterical. Boy, going to yeshiva, learning, kollel, this, that, everything his whole life. You're eating milk and meat together? So the boy says, or the young man, I should say, the young man says, "I'm sorry, Kvod Rav, I'm sorry. Lately, I don't know, I've been weekend. I'm not waiting the whole 6 hours. I'm only waiting 2 hours, sometimes even less, sometimes more. I don't know, I have this desires, I really want to eat. I didn't feel like waiting." 100% what Rav Kanievsky says, the kid's not waiting. He's not following what the sages said. It's like eating milk and meat. And Rav Kanievsky knows this. So they say to Rav Kanievsky, "Kvod Rav has Ruach HaKodesh." Rav Kanievsky is the best part of the story. Rav Kanievsky says, "No, I don't have Ruach HaKodesh." So how did Kvod Rav know that he's eating milk and meat together? Meaning he's not waiting between the two. How did Rav know? He goes, "It's simple. It says in the Torah that every time a person eats milk and meat, he has a image of a gdi. What is it? Not a calf. A calf being roasted on top of his head for 40 days. So that's it. I just saw it. That's it. I don't have Ruach HaKodesh." He doesn't have Ruach. He saw that he has a roasted calf on top of his head. So, but he doesn't have Ruach HaKodesh. The point is, Rabotai, every time people say, "No, I don't think Rav Kanievsky knows, I don't think this, I don't think that," anytime they say that, you have no idea what you're dealing with. And this is mamash, a recent story. So anyway, the Chachamim tell us that someone that's in the kosher business has, mamash, the Jewish people's hands in his hands. If he gives the taref, he's destroying neshamot. And if he's caught, by the way, if he's caught selling taref on purpose, he loses his ability to ever sell kosher food ever again, which happened to Rav Ovadia. He caught somebody doing it. He took away his ability to sell kosher food, despite the fact that the guy tried almost killed Rav Ovadia twice, but once in Egypt and once in Eretz Yisrael. Anyway, another business that has a very big risk, meaning that the person can cause irreparable damage, is a bloodletter. In those days, bloodletting was very common. They thought it was healthy. They thought it was good. Today, obviously, we know that it's not necessarily the case, or at least things have changed. But the point is that the bloodletter, if he lets out too much blood, he can inadvertently kill the person. So this also is another one. Another one is a scribe, someone that writes a Torah scroll or mezuzah. If he's not careful, or tefillin, if he's not careful, he connects the two letters, or better yet, he doesn't pay attention, he writes the same word twice, or even if he just misses one letter, single letter, the whole thing is not valid. Now, the people that are using this Torah scroll, or putting on the tefillin, or the mezuzah, or whatever it is, they have no idea. They have no idea that this is happening, that they're doing blessings on a Sefer Torah that's pasul, meaning that everyone, instead of making a mitzvah, they're making a sin, because they're using Hashem's name in vain, because their Torah scroll is not valid. Or worse yet, if someone has one of these tefillin that's not valid, because he bought it for cheap, he just bought it on the internet, he has no idea what's in it, whether it's a real scroll, or it's a scroll that's from printer paper, or a Jew wrote it, or a non-Jew wrote it, or girl. He doesn't have an idea what's going on with this thing. He could put on tefillin for 10 years, 20 years with non-valid tefillin, and meaning that 20 years he doesn't get a single mitzvah. In fact, it's a sin. Or sometimes people have mezuzah in their house that's not a kosher mezuzah. This is one of the only reasons why we got involved in this, and we have these mezuzahs and tefillin on our website. And generally speaking, I only deal with expensive stuff. Why? Because good stuff is expensive. Simple. Simple. I have some things that are a little bit cheaper on the mezuzah, but even the cheap ones are expensive in comparison to what you can get elsewhere. Why? Because we specifically cater to people that want to invest into this, and we make sure we know who's writing this mezuzah, who's writing this tefillin. It's a kosher Jew with Yirat Shamayim, and so on and so forth. And it takes a while. I have some people that have ordered stuff 3-4 months ago. They just got the stuff today or yesterday. Why? Or a few days ago. Why? Because it takes a while to get it sometimes, especially with this coronavirus and so on. But the point being is that a person that understands the significance of having a mezuzah in their house, they're not going to think, wait, are you sure I'm going to spend a few $100s on a single mezuzah? Why can't I get like buy one, get 18 free or something? Why is it so expensive? Why can't I just print it off the computer? You want to print it off the computer? Bechavo, do whatever you want. But if you want protection from Hashem, it has to follow in accordance to what Hashem said, what the sages instituted, and so on and so forth. So the point is that scribe that you are relying on, that you're going to pay him $20 or $50 or $100, you're relying on that whole $100 that you're spending, or $50 that you're spending, or $3 that you're spending, or free because you're printing it yourself. You're betting the safety of your entire household on that. Now, the funny thing is, security system for your house, you don't have a problem investing $400 or $500 or maybe even $4,000 or $5,000 on a camera system. You have no problem spending a few $100s every month for somebody to give you a phone call every time somebody goes on your grass. You have no problem making sure that the alarm that you have in your car is in sync with the one that you have in your house, is in sync with the one you have in the office, is in sync with the one that you have in the pool. You have no problem with that. You have no problem in spending $3, $4, $5, $10, $15, $20,000 a year on insurance policies. No problem whatsoever. But for mezuzah, for tefillin, for kedusha, I don't know, I want to get a discount. That's what we call stupid. Spiritually though. Spiritually, not personally. Spiritually, you're stupid. Why? Because you're investing in the wrong things. You're investing in the wrong things. You can invest in all those things, but really the most important investments are the kedusha. Why? Because you have a Kadosh Baruch Hu protecting you. This is what we learned. Gemara Masechet Avodah Zarah. When all of the Romans were trying to get unkelos to come to the kingdom, go back to Christianity, go back to idolatry, go back to the garbage, or risk being killed, what saved them? The mezuzah. Why did the mezuzah save them? He kissed the mezuzah, so the soldiers asked him, why are you kissing that piece of stick? He goes, it's not a piece of stick. That stick has a scroll in it that's, my God's name is in there. He goes, why do you have to kiss your God? He goes, because my God, my king, unlike your king that's scared in a castle and he has to send you to protect him, my king, by having that mezuzah, he protects me whether I'm inside the house or outside the house. At that moment, all of those soldiers became Jews. They all said, okay, we want to be like you. We want a king like yours. They all converted to Judaism. They all converted to Judaism, every single one of them. They stopped sending people to unkelos. Why? Every goy they would send them would convert to Judaism. So the point being is that when a person understands what a mezuzah is, he's willing to invest money into it. But again, remember, mezuzahs are only for Jews. I know that sometimes, there was a little bit of uncomfortableness where a few really righteous, fantastic, non-Jewish people contacted us. They even took an initiative and purchased a mezuzah or a tefillin in our website. And as soon as we got word of it, I realized that this is a non-Jew, and I would tell them, sorry, I cannot sell you a mezuzah. I cannot sell you tefillin. Like, why not? Our money's not green. Why not? I said, it's not that it's money not green. We love you. We appreciate you. But we're not allowed to sell a mezuzah or tefillin to non-Jews. Simply not allowed. Yeah, but my other rabbi sold you. Okay, your other rabbi cares more about money than he cares about God. We're not allowed, simply. It's no offense, it's nothing against you. It's if you're buying it because you want the protection of God, I'm not selling it for the same exact reason. And you shouldn't want to buy it for the same exact reason. You want protection by God? Follow the Torah. So again, several times people were surprised. What, you're going to send me back $2,000? You're going to send me back $2,000, $3,000? Just to not, I'm going to send you back the money. And I have sent the money countless times. Baruch Hashem hasn't been that many times because Not that many went and bought it, but we got that test a few times where non-Jews would buy the mezuzah or the tefillin on our website, and we refund them the money. It is what it is. Why? Because it's we're not allowed. One particular case is righteous Noahide. When he found out that we're not allowed, he was so impressed by the fact that we wouldn't sell it to him. He said, you know what? Keep the money anyway. Use it for kiruv. Baruch Hashem, he's a smart person. He realized he wanted to do something good. He ended up doing something even better. We use the money for kiruv. But the point being is that sometimes people will do anything for money. And Baruch Hashem, we are working really hard not to be like that. When a person has Jewish lives in his hands, he has to take good care of them. If he's a butcher, if he is a bloodletter, if he is a scribe, he has to know that his profession has a lot on the line. Needless to say, a teacher has a lot on the line. What else do we learn? David HaMelech, the Gemara says in page 21b, an extraordinary story about one of the key people in David HaMelech's army, Yoav. Yoav alav shalom comes to David and he says, David, you sent me on a mission to go kill all of the males in Amalek, all of the Zichrei Amalek, and I killed them. Took me 6 months. But I didn't leave until I killed all of the males in Amalek's army. David says to him, why did you do that? So Yoav responds, what do you mean why did I do it? You sent me to go kill all the males. David says to Yoav, no, I sent you to go fulfill the Torah commandment, limchot et zecher Amalek, to destroy, to wipe out the memory of Amalek. Zecher, not zichrei Amalek. Or Zachar Amalek. Zachar is the males of Amalek. I didn't tell you to go destroy Zachar Amalek. I told you to go destroy Zecher Amalek. Although it's spelled exactly the same, the vowels, the nikud, are slightly different. Whereas Zecher, which means the memory of Amalek, has the 2 dots. Zachar has the little plus, upside down plus sign. So Yoav says, well, that's what I learned. I learned that you pronounce this word as Zachar Amalek. Where'd you learn that from? Because my rabbi when I was a kid. David HaMelech says, we just lost an opportunity to destroy Amalek. We had an opportunity. It was an auspicious time in history. The window opened and gave us an opportunity, which only happened twice before this in all of history. The time of Moshe Rabbeinu, which Hashem stopped. At the time of Shaul HaMelech, which Shaul unfortunately messed up. And right now, it's the 3rd time in history that we have the opportunity to destroy Amalek, and we just missed it. Why? Misreading of the verse. Mispronouncing of a word. Yoav goes back to his Rebbe. He says, Rebbe, what did you teach me? Did you teach me that this verse says Zecher Amalek or Zachar Amalek? The rabbi says, well, it says Zecher Amalek. But you used to say Zachar, and I didn't correct you. I felt bad. Correcting you. You're a cute little boy. Yoav says to him, Aru oseh malechet Hashem Yeremiyah. Cursed is the one who does the work of Hashem negligently. Look at the damage that you've caused by not correcting me because you thought that you're more merciful than God. You thought that you're going to be really nice to me because you don't want to correct me. You don't want to give me musar. You don't want to teach me because you're afraid of what? Offending me? Look what happened. That lesson, that shiur got ingrained in my mind, and now we just missed an opportunity to destroy Amalek. You know how much we're going to suffer because of this? And the Torah says, cursed is such a person, cursed is such a teacher that teaches kids negligently. So the teacher's scared because Yoav takes out the sword and says, cursed is such a teacher. He's upset. We missed an opportunity. Look what you did. People are going to die because of this. So the teacher, the rabbi says to him, okay, so let the teacher stay cursed. Meaning, he's referring to himself. Let him stay cursed. Don't kill him. Yoav says to him, also it says in the Torah, and also cursed is the one who withholds his sword from shedding blood. He doesn't want to offend anyone. He's scared about the wife and kids of this wicked person. He doesn't want to fulfill a Torah commandment to kill somebody at a certain time of war. Cursed is such a person. Meaning, Rabotai, Yoav had an obligation to kill his teacher. And the Gemara says, that's what he did. He says, cursed is the one who teaches kids with negligence, teaches Torah with negligence. Cursed is the one who teaches the word of Hashem with negligence, like you don't feel like being there. They make mistakes, who cares? They're not following, who cares? They're not even showing up to class, who cares? Who cares? Cursed is such a person. And then when, okay, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. No, sorry, it's too late. He kills him. That's what happened. Now, of course, today we don't have the right or permission to do such a thing for all the wicked people that are out there. But nonetheless, you see how serious the Torah is about teaching Torah the right way. Teaching Torah the right way, Rabotai Karim. Anyway, the same Torah that we have, the same David HaMelech, the same holy Torah that we have, says, when it comes to teaching, the more Torah teachers, the merrier, the better, the holier, the greater. I wish I didn't use that word merrier, but nonetheless, it's there. It's part of the English vocabulary. But you get my point.